Hi and welcome to the Malat Cookery channel. Now in my local Chinese takeaway, a portion of ribs is now the same price as a main meal, which is absolutely ridiculous. I've already covered in the YouTube channel how to make barbecue spare ribs, so if you haven't already seen that video, check that one out. So the other type of ribs that I like when I go out for a Chinese or if we have a Chinese takeaway are salt and pepper ribs. So in this video I thought I'd cover how to make Chinese salt and pepper spare ribs. The Malat spice that we're going to be using for today is Chinese salt and pepper seasoning. And as usual, a full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video. So let's start by having a look at those ingredients and what we're going to need for today. So these are the ingredients that we're going to need for today in order to make Chinese salt and pepper spare ribs. So I've got about 1 kilo of ribs here, fresh ribs, 40 grams of the Malat Chinese salt and pepper seasoning, 150 grams of plain flour, just normal plain flour. I've got 1 spring onion which I'm going to chop up finely and use as a garnish, and also a food bag. So the first thing we need to do is split the Chinese salt and pepper seasoning roughly into 2. Half of it, 20 grams, will be going into the flour and mixed in thoroughly, and 20 grams will go directly onto the ribs in order to absorb into the meat. The ribs will then go into the food bag, and that will be placed into the fridge, preferably overnight, but in our case today, because we're cooking today as well, a minimum of 2 hours. Okay, so the Malat Chinese salt and pepper seasoning has now been mixed in thoroughly with regard to the ribs. They're going to go into the fridge now for a minimum of 2 hours. We'll come back and I'll show you the next process. So the ribs have been in the fridge for 2 hours to allow all of that Malat Chinese salt and pepper seasoning to penetrate into the meat. The next thing we want to do is to get the seasoned flour, the 150 grams of seasoned flour, add that into the bag, mix that through thoroughly, and then leave to stand for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to fry the ribs in some hot oil, shallow fry them in hot oil for about 10 minutes. And then from there, they're going to go onto a rack into a preheated oven, 180 degrees centigrade, and they're going to cook then for a further 40 minutes. So as I said, the next step now is to fry the coated ribs in hot oil, about 170 degrees centigrade. We're going to be cooking the ribs for about 10 minutes, 5 minutes either side, shallow frying, then onto a oven-proof dish, into a preheated oven at 180 degrees centigrade for about 40 minutes, then are ready to serve. We're going to be doing the ribs in 2 batches. So that's the second batch completed. as I said, into a preheated oven, 180 degrees centigrade for about 40 minutes, and then they're ready to serve. So these are the ribs ready to serve. If you want to add a little bit of a kick, so I'm just putting some chopped spring onion over the top just to garnish. But if you want to add a bit of a kick, you could also use obviously something like chopped red chilies. So that's it, Chinese salt and pepper ribs. Chinese salt and pepper ribs, just like the takeaway, but a lot less expensive. As usual, please subscribe to the channel, and if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Thanks very much for watching.